Lourdes. Today, I will discuss sentence tree diagramming. Sentence tree diagramming is a way of showing the structure of sentences using a tree-like figure that help us to see how words group into phrases and how phrases connect to a firm sentence. To explain this, I will use one simple sentence, one compound sentence, and one complex sentence. So, the first sentence is simple sentence. The sentence example is the dog bark. This is simple sentence because it has only one independent clause. The subject is the dog, which is the noun phrase, and the predicate is bark, which is the verb phrase. In the tree diagram, the sentence or the S there branches into the noun phrase or the NP for the subject and verb phrase for the predicate or the VP. Noun phrase further branches into the determiner, which is the and the noun is the dog. Verb phrase only has the verb bark. That's how we see the basic structure of a simple sentence. The second one is compound sentence. The sentence example is the dog barked and the cat ran. This is compound sentence. A compound sentence is made up of two independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction. In this case, the two independent clauses are the clause 1 is the dog barked and the clause 2 is the cat ran. Both clauses can stand alone as complete sentences. The word and connects them. In the tree diagram, each clause has its own subject or the noun phrase and the predicate the verb phrase. The first clause or the NP is the dog and the verb phrase is bark. For the second clause, now ang noun phrase is the cat and the verb phrase is run. The coordinating conjunction and sits in between them to show the link. So visually, the tree looks like two sentences joined together with and. This shows us that compound sentences are basically two simple sentences joined with a connector. And the last one is the complex sentence. So the sentence example is the dog barked because it was hungry. This is a complex sentence. A complex sentence has one independent clause and one dependent clause or the subordinate clause. The independent clause here is the dog barked. It can stand alone as a complex sentence. The dependent clause is because it was hungry. This clause cannot stand alone because the word because make it incomplete. It needs the main clause to make sense. So in the tree diagram, the independent clause is drawn for the first, the noun phrase, the dog, and the verb phrase is bark. That is the first clause or the independent clause. Then, under the VP or the verb phrase, we attach the subordinate clause, which is the because. The subordinating conjunction because introduced the clause, it was hungry. And inside that clause, there is another subject or the noun phrase called it, and the predicate or the verb phrase was hungry. The verb phrase has the verb was and the adjective hungry. So in the tree shows how one sentence depends on the other. The independent clause is the main trunk of the tree, while the dependent clause is attached like a branch. This makes complex sentences different from compound sentences. Compound links two equals, while complex links the main clause and the dependent